Howdy, I'm Pastor Pat. This is our second episode of Something Fishy, March 2025. Tonight, we're going to continue a tour of the fish room. Last time we had a general overview. This time, we're going to look at just one section in a little bit more depth. Aisle A, row A, you might call it. And then at the end, if you stick with us, you'll get to see today's how-to, hint, and hack. We're going to talk about power, how I use breakers and outlet strips and outlets. Something fishy going on around here. I'll see you in the All Things Are Possible fish room. All right, here we go. All things are possible. Fish room, row A, aisle A. On the end, we have a rack that holds plants that I buy from the almost dead cart at my local Walmarts. Bring them back to life. One of my favorite betta buddies down here. Oh, I like purple. Purple is my favorite color. Speaking of bettas, in the center, budget betta rack. 3.5 gallon top fins, half round. I buy from Marketplace. $15 or less. All of the bettas themselves are also $15 or less. And each of my little friends gets substrate and a fake plant to match their lovely colors. In the center, a rack built to hold 3 55s. Didn't have enough ceiling space for a 55 on the top, so put a couple of 20 talls that I use as hospital tanks. In the middle is what is becoming my purple and yellow tank, yellow-tailed asi. Gonna have a lot of yellow labs eventually. There's even one white lab in there. There he is. Down below, a fry grow-out tank's got some yellow labs, got some OB peacocks, and got some mutt cichlids in there as well. Moving to the very end, I have a 65. That's one of my Mbuna show tanks. They were my original first loves. Got a little bit of everything. Got some red zebras. We got a nice blue cobalt zebra. There's a zebra oblicadens. We've got yellowfin albino zebras. There's even some venustus in there. I just saw zebra oblicadens, another yellow or red top hongai, a little bit of everything. Please note a couple of other items as we wind down. This contraption, this rig here, is usually in the center. I built it so that I could reach the 20s on top to work on them. And also note these two outlet strips. This one, everything is marked red. This one, everything is marked purple. We'll discuss that later. So once again, row A, aisle A, all things are possible. Fish room. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I don't know about you, but as for me, I like tank maintenance to be as easy as possible. Did I mention easy? Well, one thing that makes it easy for me is the way that I use outlet strips. I'm going to pull the camera off the tripod and take a look at some of the outlet strips around the fish room. Be right back. So, Pastor Pat, how do outlet strips help with maintenance? A rack of 6 tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 sets of 6 outlets. 1, 2, a red one and a purple one. A rack of 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 6 outlet strips, red and purple. And finally, another rack, 6 tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Purple outlet strip of 6. Red outlet strip of 6. Light B. 1 switch, except for the tank that doesn't have a light. Light B. All the lights on, except for the 2 bottom tanks, which don't have lights yet. Light B. 6 tanks turn on, except for the one that doesn't have a light. That's the purple. What about the red? Time to do tank maintenance, water changes. 1 switch turns off all the heaters. Finish the water changes. Turn it back on. Good night. Good night. Good night. And that's that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So there you have it. How outlet strips help me with ease of tank maintenance. I will mention, before I went with the air loop system, I had hob filters on every tank. So each rack of 6 also had a 3rd outlet strip marked in blue with the cords to the hob filters that can all be turned off at the same time. Now, very important, you need to make sure that you don't overpower your electrical system. When I first bought this house, this garage had two 20 amp circuits. Well, since then I've added 6 more, so I have plenty of power. Each 20 amp circuit is good for 10 or 12 15 amp outlets. So each rack has its own circuit basically, and then I have a refrigerator in here on its own circuit. I have an air conditioner in here on its own circuit. So I have plenty of juice available. Make sure you do too. Make sure you're safe. Don't do things like connect one outlet strip to another, like you have 5 things plugged in, then another outlet strip plugged in. Be safe, be wise, be careful. All right, that's this time for all things or possible fish room. Something fishy going on.